Hello and welcome back to the channel. In tonight's video we are going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about some of the tools that I use every single day to make life a little bit more easier and how we can use AI to speed up everything we do. I'm going to show you some cool tools, some cool techniques and some things I use day to day which is just helpful, and AI is going to change a lot of people's lives, so hopefully this helps you understand the opportunity in AI. So everybody knows the story of NVIDIA. NVIDIA builds the GPUs that AI uses, and over the last couple of years it has absolutely flown. NVIDIA is one of the most valuable companies in the world, and the AI trade is absolutely dominating the stock market. If it wasn't for the AI trade, the stock market would probably be down in 2025. NVIDIA is up over 350% in 2 years, and with some of the market caps reaching in excess of $3 trillion for the first time. We've saw Amazon, Apple, Google, NVIDIA and Tesla all dominate the AI trade this year. Everybody forgets that robotics is going to be a massive part of the AI trade. Tesla, with robotaxis and full self-driving, uses AI technology. You've got Apple, they are going to be incorporating AI into their phones very soon. I have no doubt about it. And then you've obviously got Amazon, who are talking about replacing warehouse workers with robotics. This is all going to be controlled and ran by AI. Now, if we jump over to ChatGPT, this is probably the most popular and most famous AI product on the market. It's the one that everybody talks about, and you can pretty much ask it to do anything for you. You can ask it to do anything, you can ask it any question, and it'll give you a pretty good answer most of the time. One tip is sometimes using a VPN is more valuable because AI and ChatGPT in particular will censor certain things depending on which country you're in. But for example, ChatGPT, you can literally ask it anything you want. You can ask it to help you with a recipe. So give me the best flapjack. We all love a cake. Flapjack recipe. And it will think, and then it will give you the best answer it can come up with. It tells you a bit about it, it's got a bit of personality, it'll give you pictures, and even tells you the options to take to make it even better at the bottom. Now, before coming on the stream tonight, I wanted to prepare some things for everybody watching. I wanted to prepare some things so that you can use them in your day-to-day life, not just flapjack recipes, but some more useful tools. So if we jump over to another ChatGPT, this is the one that I use all the time. And Sora 2 is a video making software, an AI that builds videos, ad clips for you, and it also can do product placement ads for you as well. Now, I use ChatGPT to come up with a prompt. So the prompt is what you put into an AI to give you the answer you're looking for. And it's the key part of any interaction with the AI. So I wanted to use Sora 2 to make a Bitcoin viral cinematic captioned TikTok video. So I typed this into ChatGPT, it gives me the prompt, and then we literally just copy that into the AI model we are using. So if I jump across to Higgsfield, Higgsfield for me is the best video and image editing. This is we're going to the moon! And pretending to be a spaceman, going to the moon, and you've got the Bitcoin symbol. We're going to the moon! Thousands of dollars to make. It would take we're going to the moon! I use a Mac. It can do everything for me. We're going to the moon! Now, one of the other tools that I've been using recently, and a lot of people will probably be familiar with, is Replit. So Replit is a website design ChatGPT-like product. So it's an AI system that can build websites for you, and it takes literally seconds to do. So before starting the video tonight, I wanted to create a gardening website for a made-up person, completely fictional. So I typed in, I have a friend called Steve who runs his own gardening and landscaping company, but I need a website that people can see his work, examples of his services, and a contact form for inquiries. Give me the prompt for Replit to build this website in a clean, professional, dark branding. So I put it in Replit. I did this literally 5 minutes before I started recording, and here is what it came up with. Now, as you can see, it's got Steve's Gardening and Landscaping Company. It's got what he does. You click View Services, it tells you what he does. It shows you some examples of Steve's work, and it explains a bit about Steve. Steve has 15 years experience, what he's known for, and it's even got some client reviews. And then at the bottom, it has a request a free quote service. Down at the bottom, it has a phone number, an email address, and even the areas that Steve covers. Replit is one of the most powerful AI tools for business. Building a website, building a landing page, building a contact form. Replit can do everything for you in seconds. This probably took 5 minutes in total, and you can publish the website. You can even purchase domains directly on the Replit platform. Now, the reason I wanted to show this on stream is I know a lot of people that watch the videos on the channel, a lot of people that follow us, own their own business, have their own product they want to sell, and maybe want to just get into a little side hustle. Using something like Replit allows you to build a website really fast, allows you to create it any way you want. You can literally make any changes. You can publish the website so it goes live online. You can update the branding, so you can change name of company to SLS, so Steve's Landscaping Services, for example. It literally takes seconds and it will update the website. Now, again, the reason I wanted to showcase this is people think that AI is just ChatGPT. Just ask it questions, it'll make simple answers, it'll tell you what the weather's doing, where's good to go on holiday, and basically people are using AI just like they use Google search. AI has replaced the just Google it. Well, the whole point in this video was to show you there is much more to AI, and it's much more powerful than people can kind of believe at the moment. There you go, you can see the name has been updated. This will refresh and you see it's updated. You can make any changes to this. You can change the color, you can change the branding, but the most important thing is this prompt here. So this is the prompt that ChatGPT spat out for us. You can see it's pretty in depth, tells you about the branding, tells you about all the different sections of the website, testimonials. This is literally the key, and this is why you want to use a multiple different AI systems combined in order to actually get the best results. Replit's now telling me that this has made the changes and the website is now live. So it's actually online now, so you can go and visit that website. It's also pretty cheap. So to build a website, you probably minimum £100, then you have to pay somebody to host it, you have to pay somebody to update it. Replit costs about $25 per month, and you can build multiple websites. Anyone that wants a website built should literally be using AI. No more web building companies, web hosting companies. AI allows you to do it in seconds, much, much cheaper. Alright, so I wanted to talk about different AI models as well. So most people talk about ChatGPT, most people only use ChatGPT or Gemini. Gemini is the main one from Google, and it's installed on a lot of Android phones. ChatGPT is obviously the most famous AI. But I use Perplexity a lot, and I wanted to talk about Perplexity because for me, Perplexity is much better for financial things, economic events, earnings, anything to do with financials. I find Perplexity better. I'm not sure why, it just works better, it gives you better responses, more in depth, more facts as well. So again, before recording, I wanted to prepare these just because sometimes there is a slight delay. So into Perplexity, I said explain the Mag 7 performance over the last 12 months, how big has the AI trade been for markets, and what is the prediction for AI stock related stocks next year. Now I'm not going to read all this, but ultimately it shows performance of Nvidia, it shows performance of Google, Amazon, Meta, Tesla. It gives you a detailed explanation of the AI trade. So for 2024, one analysis attributes roughly 22% of the S&P 500's performance just to Nvidia. Great facts, great numbers, nice and detailed. And again, it gives you a forecast for next year, gives you a forecast for why AI is going to be huge in 2026, and it talks about the biggest companies as well. There's even a mention of some companies we've not covered, like Alibaba and Palantir. So for me, using a combination of AI models is very powerful. I think Perplexity certainly the best one for stocks, Bitcoin, cryptos. If you want an in-depth report, ChatGPT is probably the most handy and the most convenient one for just asking questions back and forward. The biggest thing for me with ChatGPT is it will remember things from the past. So it has a memory, so you can constantly go back to previous projects. And you can even get it to troubleshoot issues with pictures. So you could upload a picture of your dishwasher if it wasn't working, ask it to explain what the warning light is, and it'll explain how to fix the issue, what the issue was, and how to troubleshoot that issue. So ChatGPT is probably the most day-to-day AI product I would use. And then I would use something like Perplexity if I want to know what earnings Tesla are likely to post, why the Google stock is likely to have a best performance in Q1 2026, what's going on with the data center build out in the US, and we can test some things. I see Ali and Eyeball Paul is in the chat, but hopefully this is valuable for people. If you want to know more about AI, I do one-to-one coaching calls predominantly on crypto, but if you want to learn more about AI, happy to do that as well. I spend a lot of time using AI every single day. But for example, Perplexity, we could ask Perplexity how much of the UK's energy is generated by renewables, and it'll give us an in-depth report. It also shows its sources. So I think this is really powerful for AI in the transparency element. I think one of the fears about AI is that people are just going to believe it blindly. Well, Perplexity here, you can see 10 sources, and you can actually get a list of who they've used. So obviously nationalgrid.com, pretty trustworthy. The government, arguably trustworthy. But you've got some good sources in here. Uswitch, obviously an energy company, and here you can see renewables generated 42.9% of the UK's energy mix over the 12 months ending September 2025, and then it gives you in-depth information and facts and figures, which ultimately, if you're dealing in financials, economics, you want a report, that's what you need. ChatGPT is much better for just answering questions and just giving you the information that you need. This will give you a more in-depth response. Alright, so we've looked at ChatGPT, we've looked at Perplexity, Replit for building websites. Honestly, if you need a website, or even if you don't need a website but you want to drive traffic from a different angle, for example, if you run let's say a plumbing business, and the majority of your work is home repairs, and you have a website for home repairs, but you want to start doing more bespoke bathroom renovations, rather than cannibalize your customers from the repair business, maybe you just create a second website and they both feed into your contact details. Replit's the prime example of that. Nobody should be paying £500, £600, £700 for a website, £100 a month for hosting. You can literally build a website in minutes for $25 a month. All right, let's talk about some stuff that's got some hype recently. So if we go to Google, so this is Google Gemini. This is the Pro version. Just out recently. You'll have heard a lot of hype around Gemini. It's now one of the leaders in responses and I think for accuracy. Most of the AI models get measured on IQ. I think Gemini is now leading. So if we look, again, I prepared the prompt before I started recording. I want to learn how to trade using leverage on Bitcoin in the 4-hour time frame. Give me a strategy and the likely results. And again, it gives you so much information. It even gives you a warning about using leverage and why that is risky and why you should never use more than 10x leverage. Any crypto people follow me probably already understand this, but again, it just gives you that extra bit of information. Then it tells you the strategy, so it's created a strategy for you. Pretty in depth, to be fair. Whether it works or not, I've not tested the strategy out. It gives you a long strategy, a short strategy. It gives you your stop loss, take profit levels, and here it even gives you critical risk management and how to minimize your losses. It even works it out on a percent basis based on your portfolio size, and down at the bottom you can even plug in some numbers where it'll tell you how much your position size should be based on how much capital you have to play with. This is so cool. This is why when people kind of belittle AI long term, I just can't see AI going anywhere but becoming more important in people's lives. Why would you spend weeks or months learning through reading or watching stuff? You can literally get answers so quickly and then go and hone your skills. This even found a video featuring this strategy. The video has 38,000 views, and it also says it's relevant because it shows you how to swing trade on the 4-hour time frame to avoid stress. What an amazing answer from such a basic prompt as well. It's not like I went into any detail. So again, using multiple AI platforms gives you the best information. You wouldn't, if you wanted to learn about World War II, you wouldn't just read one article on World War II. You would read different books, different sources, different authors. It's the same for anything in life. ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Grok, all they're doing is speeding up your learning. And I firmly believe, I've spoke about this before on streams and in videos and in person with people, AI should be used to learn as much as possible, learn new skills, new ways to target different audiences. If you've got a business, how to be more efficient, how to incorporate AI in your business to basically run a leaner, tighter business and make as much money as possible. People that get ahead of AI are going to be more successful long term. If you think back to the people that adopted TikTok first, or the people that perhaps started using their mobile phone for business first, or the internet, AI is the exact same thing. And right now I think it's been massively underused, and I think the people that adopt AI, incorporate it in their business, incorporate it in their personal lives, they will far outperform anyone else over the next 10 years. Alright, let's move on to Higgs field, which I touched on earlier. I showed you the video for Sora 2. Well, it can also, through, and I'm sure everybody's heard of it, Nano Banana Pro also can create graphics for you as well. So again, I use ChatGPT to come up with a prompt for these videos. So I'm going to do a video on why I don't believe AI is a bubble in the next few days. And I wanted to test out how it made a graphic. And this is what it came up with. To me, this is unbelievable. The quality, the prompt is pretty basic as well. So a bold YouTube thumbnail about the topic, is AI a bubble? Ultra sharp, high contrast, viral style. Like, this is insane, the quality. And to be able to put this out so quickly, this done it in a couple of minutes. You could generate hundreds of these. You could use this to generate graphics for the website that you've just built. Let me see if we can actually do that. So let's do a live one while we're recording. So for Steve's business, we need a high def graphic of landscaping. Give me a prompt to create the graphic. So ChatGPT will then give me a prompt, we'll then put it into Higgs field, and it will generate the graphic. So here we go. So we literally just copy and paste this. In here, go to Nano Banana Pro, There we go. And that will create that. The quality is insane. So for anyone that's big on social media, anyone that markets their business on social media, you can use AI to kind of generate some viral content. You can use it for product placement, but also you can just use it as a bit of fun, and it should, in my opinion, drive down costs. And when people talk about, obviously on the channel we cover financials a lot, we cover inflation, we cover rate cuts, all things like that. People keep talking about inflation. For me, things like this, costs can only come down. Let me see here. So this is the image that Higgsfield has just created for us. So for our gardening, our landscaping business, we now have a very high definition, almost photographic quality, like somebody's standing there taking a picture of the finished work, that we can upload onto our website. And if you look at the quality here, you can see, you know, you've even got shadows for the sunlight, you've got really bright flower colors, you've got all this neat and tidy area. This just looks like a quality bit of landscaping. This would look amazing on a gardening website. And how long did that take us? We literally made the prompt in ChatGPT, copied it into Higgsfield, it generated the image. We can upload this on our website straight away. And the even better thing is you can literally just copy and paste here. I want this as the number one example of our work. Let's see if Replit can get it uploaded just as quick. Replit can be quite slow, but you have to give it a bit of a break when it's uploading images, because sometimes the images are a lot bigger than the other images, so then it has to recalibrate everything. But I think the fact that it can do it so quick should just drive down costs across every single business. And like I say, businesses adopting this will move much faster. So let's scroll down. There we go. So it's placed the image in here. Complete lawn renovation. It gave up that title. We didn't even create that title. It came up with it all by itself. And that's one thing, is as you use AI, whether it be ChatGPT, Perplexity, whatever it is, it'll start to learn about you, about your preferences, about your style, about what you're actually wanting to use it for. And this obviously has came up with the answer that this is a complete lawn renovation, and it looks great. It looks much more realistic as well. So some of these images, maybe that one and that one, okay, they don't look the most realistic. This one looks far more realistic, so you could get it to make you another 8 images and then put them side by side on here. And again, seconds. You don't need to go and take photos. You don't even have to have the proof of work. It'll do it all for you. So for me, these are some of my favorite tools. We've not covered Grok. I use Grok from time to time, but I actually prefer a standalone system. I prefer ChatGPT. I like being able to talk back and forward to it. I can't show you in this video, but ChatGPT has voice mode and also takes voice notes. So while I was driving home today, I was talking to ChatGPT back and forward because I was creating a little side project that I was working on, and I was using ChatGPT, talking back and forth to it. There are so many uses of AI. I think this is going to be a big catch up for a lot of people over the next year or so, once they see the full potential of what you can do. This video is just a snippet of what I use AI for. Obviously I'm not building gardening websites every single day, but what it does allow you to do is start to explore other interests, learn really quickly, and also become much more efficient, whether in personal life or in business. AI is only going to go one way. It's only going to become a bigger part of your life. So I feel like learning about it now is essential, and that's why I wanted to do this video tonight. But also, if anyone does want to learn more about how to use these tools, because obviously I use them every single day, so I would say I was quite competent in navigating between them. It might take you a while to get used to how you use them, how you talk to them, how you generate prompts. I do one-to-one calls. I teach people, whether it be about crypto, macroeconomics, but I'm also open to teaching people about AI as well. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description, there's a link in the chat, and I can take you through some of the tools. Or if you run a business and you want to see how AI can be incorporated into your business, I've got a tool that can clone yourself and answer questions as if it's you, that a lot of people are starting to incorporate in their website. So when a customer comes to your website, they'll type questions and you'll give them the answer, but obviously it'll be a clone AI version of yourself. There's loads of tools I can help build into your business to make you more efficient, more money, and have more free time, which is ultimately everybody's goal. Alright, that is all for tonight. I hope you got something out of that. I see somebody, Eyeball Paul, seems to have enjoyed that. Hopefully that resonated with a few people. Hopefully it benefits some people. And if you want to learn more, make sure you subscribe to the channel and sign up for one of those one-to-one calls, and I can help you or your business be much more efficient, much more competent with AI. Till the next one, I will catch you very soon.